Well, this year's Aero India was a massive hit. Steel birds ripped the skies, various prototypes were out on display. Basically, it was an overall display of strength by the Indian Air Force and also the indigenous defense manufacturers. But what went unnoticed is the various steps DGCA is taking to make sure that India will become a home for drones. You're watching TV9 News and I'm your host Deepak. Now, drones are the next wave of the future and India is taking all the right steps in this particular direction. Trainer Regis Jobs tells us more about this. Take a listen.
As always, a pleasure talking to you. As you rightly stated, drones are the next wave of the future. And as the country is waking up to its potential, not many know the impact of this brand new industry. To put things in perspective, as reported by Goldman Sachs, it's a $100 billion market opportunity globally that, as stated by PricewaterhouseCoopers, is set to grow at an annual compounded growth rate of 17%, while an Ernst & Young report projecting that the Indian market will touch 885 million by 2021, a fact which is already there. You could see for yourself the deal which has just been brought in by Idea Forge in India, for India.
But Regis, tell me one more thing. How many registered drones does India have? And do we have enough manpower to fly the drones and also train the pilots?
According to FICCI, the government estimates there are about 40,000 drones with over 24,000 registered in the country. Unofficial estimates predict this value to be thrice as much and expect that number to increase to over 1 million over the next 5 years. This will see over 5 lakh drone pilots, 1,000 manufacturers and about 100,000 drone operators introduced into the system in the very near future.
Regis, what are the sectors that are planning to use the drones or are using the drones, and how is the growth of the industry projected?
With rising access to commercial drones, most of the dangerous, complex and mundane tasks within the high-paying aviation sector are being displaced by unmanned aerial vehicles as the use cases for safe, time-saving and cost-effective solutions continues to witness exponential growth. Drones today are the wave of the future, and all of us present here are witness to the emergence of a radical new industry worth billions that is bound to globally redesign aviation, logistics, provide unimaginable solutions going forward. A list of industries already witnessing this power and possibilities are 1. Defense, emergency response, search and rescue, disaster relief, law enforcement, surveillance, medical deliveries, agriculture, terrain mapping and media.
Regis, we need approvals to fly a drone across a certain distance, and drones cannot be used randomly in public spaces. So we have something called the red zones, yellow and the green zones. Could you please throw some light on that for our viewers?
Good question. Green, yellow and red zones. Deepak, if I could explain, the regulations define no drone zones around airports, near the international border, Vijay Chowk in Delhi, the State Secretariat complex in state capitals, strategic locations, vital and military installations. A red zone is where flying is not permitted. A 5-kilometer radius around airports and areas around Rashtrapati Bhavan would be a good example. Yellow zones. This would entail drones flying within controlled airspace, basically within the realm of where manned flight operations occur. Permission is mandatory before flying. For flying in controlled airspace, filing of a flight plan and obtaining air defense clearances, Flight Information Center FIC numbers are necessary. And now we come to green zones. Green zones are uncontrolled airspace where an air traffic control service is not necessary. Drones compliant with no permission takeoff NPNT protocol will be able to fly in this airspace. Drone operators will simply require to file a flight plan with intimation of the time, location of these flights via the portal for automatic permission.
But it doesn't stop there, because 50 more green zones will be approved in the nearest future. And Regis, will tell us more about that as well.
On the 1st of Feb, special exemption clearances were issued to ICRISAT, PMO, Fasal Bima Yojana, BCCI Quidditch, Match Broadcastings and Kochi Metro. In the pipeline to be cleared are Mahindra, OMCL, IOCL, and these projects are pending in the pipeline which will be cleared very soon. With another 50 proposed green zones that will be approved in the very near future.
Now, looking at the pace at which things are moving, the Ministry of Civil Aviation is taking many proactive steps and also welcomed feedback during the Aero India 2021 for the drone industry to not just grow but also thrive. So, Ray, just tell me about some of the some of the special projects that were approved during Aero India 2021.
Some of the special projects being taken up recently are drone ports to enable drone corridors of different types of drones and to operate drones beyond the visual line of sight with various payloads and to enable automation of flight. Another major milestone is the setting up of a unique drone directorate. This is under the Directorate General of Civil Aviation to issue guidelines for drone operations and specifically for the drone industry.
Now, we've also heard a lot about the beyond visual line of sight drones currently in the pipeline. So, what's the latest on that particular project?
Right now, Deepak, the country under the aegis of the Ministry of Civil Aviation are gearing up to take drone traffic to the next level with a series of experimental beyond visual line of sight flights being conducted by a select consortia that will focus on multiple real-life scenarios reflecting the country's biggest drone opportunities.
Now, to use modern drones, we need good training facilities and a system in place. Now, as far as training is concerned, do we have enough flight training academies in the country, and what is the status on that?
Currently, there exists a severe shortage of trained and certified UAV operators in the country, with an immediate requirement of certified unmanned aerial operators for this new industry. There's an immense number of opportunities both internationally as well as within the country, and with thousands of jobs openings within the industry, prospects for whoever takes these things up is amazing.
So, Regis, these developments certainly mean something, and it's better for you to tell our viewers than me. Tell us how the drone industry is set to grow in the nearest future.
As I mentioned to you earlier, the future is extremely bright for the UAV industry, civilian, defense, corporate. You know the numbers now, and as you know, the industry is set to grow. It's an exciting time, and I'm sure that many people watching your program will probably start inquiring about what is this industry all about.
Well, there you heard it. The drone industry in India is set to grow at a much faster pace, and those were some of the key announcements from the drone industry. Do let us know what you think about these developments in the comment section below, and also do not forget to like, share and subscribe to TV9 News on various social media platforms. Many thanks for watching.